Which means of warfare are prohibited under IHL? Imagine a world where war is fought with rules to protect innocent lives. International humanitarian law sets these rules to keep conflicts from spiraling into chaos. Today, we look at what weapons and tactics are off-limits to ensure some humanity remains during war. First, weapons that cause more injury or suffering than necessary are banned. These are called weapons causing superfluous injury or unnecessary suffering. They include any weapon that inflicts cruel or inhumane harm beyond what is needed to defeat an enemy. The idea is to prevent unnecessarily painful injuries that serve no military purpose. Next, there are weapons that cannot tell the difference between soldiers and civilians. These are called indiscriminate weapons. They cause widespread damage because they do not distinguish between combatants and non-combatants. Examples include certain types of bombs or shells that explode over large areas, harming everyone nearby. Using such weapons violates the core principle of distinction in international humanitarian law. Another prohibited practice is using civilians or other protected persons as human shields. This means forcing or tricking civilians into staying near military targets to deter attacks. This practice is illegal and considered a war crime because it puts innocent lives at risk and violates their protection under law. Certain weapons are banned by specific treaties because of their long-lasting harm or inhumane effects. For example, anti-personnel landmines are completely banned under the Mine Bend Treaty because they can stay hidden and harm civilians long after conflicts end. Cluster munitions are also prohibited because unexploded bomblets can explode years later, causing injuries to civilians. Blinding laser weapons are forbidden because they cause permanent blindness, which is considered unnecessary suffering. Other methods of warfare are also prohibited. These include acts like perfidy, which means pretending to surrender or using false flags to deceive the enemy. Such acts break trust and are illegal under international law. The misuse of flags or emblems of protection and orders to leave no survivors are also forbidden. These rules aim to protect civilians, cultural property, and the environment from unnecessary harm. In practice, armed forces must choose weapons and tactics that minimize harm to civilians and avoid causing unnecessary suffering. Violating these rules can lead to war crimes and individual criminal responsibility. To sum up, international humanitarian law bans weapons that cause superfluous injury, are indiscriminate, or involve banned weapons like landmines and cluster munitions. These rules help keep some humanity in war and protect civilians from the worst effects of conflict.